Yo, welcome back to another LKB video. And based on the title, here we have my favorite guns in the game as of right now, and the best classes for them, in my opinion. You might disagree, you might agree with a lot of this, but these guns right now, in my opinion, are the best ones in the game. If you do want to check me out live, I am live some days on twitch.tv/LKB. Check the description. Um, but yeah, let's get straight into it. First gun being the M433. I'm not gonna lie, this is the first AR that you unlock, and I'm not gonna lie, this might be the best AR in the game. One of the fastest time to kills, if not the first time to kill in a long time. Sods is out here roasting me in the chat. But yeah, the first attachments you're going to be the attachments that you're going to be looking at is the green laser, the one-time sight. The green laser I do use is a 21. I will be using the blue because I have just recently found out that the blue actually helps you accuracy while moving, which for me is important because I play on controller and I like strafing. Mouse and keyboard, I don't really strafe as much. It's more of a point and click. But yeah, green laser, the one-time sight, which is probably going to be universal at the moment on the M433, the Mini Flex, and every other gun I use. Nothing on the ergonomics. Standard bullets, 30 mags, but the fast version. I like running fast mags, especially on a gun like this that you're going to be in people's faces. The full angled grip, which in my opinion is the best one. They have just released a new one, but I haven't got it yet. I will test that, but at the moment that is my favorite one because it increases your ADS speed with some moderate recoil help. The extended, like you should use on every gun, and the normal muzzle brake, the double port brake, just because this gun does kick quite hard, so you do have to get used to that. If you want to take a kick back and get yourself some extra points by taking something off, I would recommend you go for the long suppressor for that recoil, which also does help, and it's a suppressor, but I found the brake just being absolutely insane, and this gun just melts. This might be one of the best guns in the game. And we're going to quickly move on to the DRS IAR. If you've watched the short, you already know this class. However, we'll go straight through it once again. I am using the Green Laser 10 on this one. You can't really afford this blue laser, which would be amazing, but we can't afford it. The 1x Mini Flex, the rail cover, so you draw your weapon faster. You need that. It's a sprint to fire thing, so you can pull your gun up faster. It's very important to have a lot of the time. I would love to use a synthetic, but it's 30 points, which you do need on a lot of these other things coming up. So I don't use synthetic, but if you want to take a big hit, you can get yourself enough points for that synthetic, but I don't recommend it. The 30 round mag, again, I'd love to use the fast, but a lot of the attachments coming up are very crucial for the gun to be as good as it is, and that is this here. I got the slim angled on, but I will be changing it to the full angled because I have just unlocked it recently. It is an absolute monster. This might be the best grip in the game. ADS speed and reduces recoil. It is absolutely phenomenal. Make sure you do get this on your guns if you want to make sure you get your gun up quickly. For this here, I do not recommend using the heavy extended because it increases your ADS speed. Yes, it increases your precision, but it just hurts your just the aim down sight speed. For me, I like pointing my gun quick. I need to have that ADS quick, very fast. The faster you get that sight up, the faster you're shooting at the enemy. So I like having this shit as fast as possible, especially because I play close quarters maps. So keep that in mind. And for the last attachment, I have the long suppressor. Again, this is the best suppressor in the game. Any other suppressor I think is a bit of a waste, to be honest. Unless you just want a suppressor, you can use a standard one. Unless this is the only one available with suppressors, because some guns only have this suppressor available, which I don't understand. But I do recommend you use the long suppressor because it is very good for recoil, and it's a suppressor at the end of the day, so it does help you a lot. However, if you do want to get mixy with it, you can just run the brake or the flash hider, which one you prefer if you do want to try out the bullets or different mag. And yeah, that is a DRS, very good gun, recommend you use it. And I'm going to move forward to the RPK, which I have made a couple videos about, one of them actually reaching 500 plus views on the YouTube channel, which is absolutely insane. We have the 10-point green laser because there's attachments coming up that you obviously take a lot of points, so we have to make with what we've got. Again, the mini flex 1x. The reason I don't use this one is because it just ruins your field of view, and this one just gives you more to see, better sight overall. This one doesn't have the rail cover, so that is points saved. Standard bullets again. I have the 40 fast mags just because this gun is very good at just continuously shooting down range. If you are shooting in a lobby where there's just a lot of people gathering in a certain area, this gun absolutely melts with its accuracy. Again, the full angled, very important to have. Some of these LMGs play like assault rifles, so I treat them like assault rifles and not LMGs. The DRS and this one is a great example of that. The extended, again, I don't recommend the heavy extended just because of that ADS speed. I would say the best one would be the just extended. And again, the last attachment being that long suppressor to help with the recoil. This gun doesn't have a lot of recoil, but this just cushions it a little bit for you and makes it a lot easier to control the gun. And yeah, the AK or the RPK is a very good weapon, and I do recommend everyone to use it. I don't know what that was. It looked like I just got like fire on my screen. You see that shit? The next gun is actually quite controversial. The SCW. A lot of people hated on me for how I rated this gun in my first ever tier list, but it did change my mind, and the gun is very good. We don't have it fully leveled up, currently level 22. I've been kind of leveling up other things, but yeah, the attachments are the green laser, the mini flex like always. Oh, I went off of the gun. What am I doing? I'm trolling. The standard bullets, 15 round mag. Haven't got anything else yet, really. The vertical, because this does have some crazy recoil at times. The extended, and of course, the suppressor, standard suppressor. Tried this class out. It is absolutely fire. I'm going to update this, though. So this isn't my final SCW class, but it's currently my favorite SCW class. Very good gun. I'm apologizing, all right? And we'll go through to potentially. This might just be my favorite gun in the game. I'm not going to lie, bro. I've been using the MP5 since I remember playing Call of Duty. And this gun is always just. It's always in every shooter game. It's just like a. You expect this gun to be in a shooting game now, but it is very good in Battlefield 6. Of course, I use the green laser. Going to actually change this to the blue laser after I've just found out that the blue laser improves your moving ADS. The mini flex, like always. The mag catch for the improved reload speed. The hollow point, which is absolutely disgusting on this gun. I would use a synthetic, but that would probably take, how much is that? 30. I don't really have 30 points to give, so I will just use hollow point, which is good enough, trust me. 30 fast, so that paired up with the mag catch gives us a reload of just over 2 seconds, which is absolutely phenomenal, and it is rapid. On this gun, I don't think you need an underbarrel or left accessory. It already has like no recoil whatsoever. So trust me on that. The extended, self-explanatory, you don't need that basic barrel, and the suppressor is the standard one, the only suppressor you can get with this setup, and trust me, you do not need any recoil stuff for this gun. This gun is an absolute monster at all ranges, believe it or not. Favorite gun in the game, by far. The next one's kind of a low-key one that I haven't really spoken about much. I have just made a video saying that this might be the most underrated SMG in the game. It might actually be one of the most underrated guns in the game. I don't see a lot of people using this or talking about it, but the P90 is actually really good. Of course, you have no right accessory. The mini flex, like every single gun. The mag catch, which is actually really important considering this thing has 50 round bullets. Mag, sorry. As you can see, it turns it down to 2.8 seconds, so just a little bit longer than the MP5, but you know, 50 bullets is really good for 50 bullets. Frangible. If you watch my P90 TikTok or short, you do know that I will most likely be changing to hollow point when I reach level 40. So keep that in mind. If you have hollow point already unlocked, make sure you put that on. It is probably, well, I can tell you right now, it's going to be the best attachment for that there. This is the only attachment you get for the bullets. The green laser, again, I will be switching that to the blue laser, as I have just found out that the blue laser is absolutely insane. The heavy extended, just because there is no extended barrels, so you are going to have to put up with a 200 ADS speed, which is very good considering that this gun has a very tight spread. I will show you that in a second. And the long suppressor, which I do recommend you use on this gun, just because there is no actual other recoil attachments. And I'll show you that about this spread. Look at that spread on the P90, absolutely phenomenal. And yes, you can hip fire people from quite a decent range away, especially if you have a good laser for that hip fire. Do recommend it. The next gun, you potentially saw a short of this gun today, because I might be posting these on the same day. But this gun is probably my most favorite gun in the game at the moment. Par the MP5. Those two are very, very fun to play with at the moment. I have got the blue laser on there. I do recommend that. The Mini Flex, self-explanatory. Every one of my guns uses that. This one doesn't have the rail cover. It does have the mag catch, but I don't think that it's more important than the attachments coming up. Standard bullets. 30 round mag, again, I can't afford the 30 fast, so we're just going to have to put up with the 30 round. I haven't actually seen if the other one is faster, but there's no 5 points to give there. The angled, this is the full angled and not the slim angled, so you do get some extra recoil on the control. You get a little bit more benefits over there. As you can see, it improves your precision and control if you use the full angled, so make sure you keep that in mind. Over here on the barrels, extended, and the suppressor, standard suppressor, because unfortunately you can't afford that long one, which does suck, but it is what it is. Of course, I don't think red helps. Yeah, red doesn't help you ADS and move, so I won't transition from that. I will say, if you don't have the full angled unlocked on a lot of these guns, I'd recommend using the 6H64 vertical. That is my favorite vertical to use if I don't have any of the other verticals unlocked. So keep that in mind. If any of these attachments you don't have for the verticals on any of these guns, make sure you do use the 6H64 instead of anything else. Is the best alternative. And at the end, I actually have a gun that I really enjoyed using when it just come out, but you know, there's only so many maps that you can really snipe on. So to be honest, I haven't sniped really in a while. To be fair, I don't have any of these on because I don't hip fire. The scope is the SSDS. I think this is the best scope in the game. SSDS 6 times. I use that on every one of the snipers I have. I've got frangible one, and the reason for that is it just takes longer for the other player that I'm shooting at to restore their health. This is important with a sniper, because if you shoot these guys and they hide, you can still have that extra bit of time to get your second shot off to kill them. So keep that in mind. Very good attachment. I've got the 10 fast just because this one here is just so expensive. I mean, 30 points is ridiculous. I've got the full angled. It's the cheapest one and it does the exact same as all the others. And really all you want here is that ADS speed. I've got the rangefinder. Say what you want. I do the rangefinder thing because everyone else does it. There's no point in making myself be at a disadvantage just for moral high ground. No one cares. Extended. I've got the 18-inch extended. Pause. That sounds crazy. Best barrel you can get here. And the last attachment is that long suppressor, just because, you know, for the no recoil that it has, I might as well use it on that because I don't have anything else. So I just use it on the best suppressor that you can get, which is the long one. So all of that, pretty sure it's only quicker if you reload with bullets in your mag still. Yeah, I never have an empty mag, so I don't have that problem. If you have that problem, then yeah. But yeah, that is going to be it for my favorite guns and their classes at the moment in Battlefield 6. I'll potentially update in the future as I continue to play the game at the moment. The guns are a little bit dry. I can't wait for them to add some more guns to the game. The KTS is a gun I have been loving to use at the moment, but I don't want to put it in my favorites as of right now. There will be a time where I get through to some of these DMRs, but I'm not looking forward to it. The shotguns, the M8 is actually kind of fun, but not in that favorite category. So yeah, just make sure you hit that like button, comment down your opinions and all that. I'm ready to get some hate on this video, like a lot of these opinion-based videos. But yeah, it is what it is. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you on the